to my channel. So today I'm going to show you how I'm going to make mandazi using 3 different ingredients, rising ingredients. Okay, 3 different bowls. So the first ingredient I'm going to use is yeast, second is bicarbonate of soda, and the third ingredient is baking powder. And with that we are going to use baking flour, which is all-purpose baking flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar each, vanilla essence for flavor, and 3 cups, which I'm going to measure the baking flour, and 3 different bowls for the 3 rising ingredients. So stay tuned. To begin by sieving the flour, which I already did, and the purpose is to incorporate air in the flour mixture. So next we are going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar in each of the 3 bowls. Okay, repeat the same to the next bowl and the third bowl as well. Next we are going to measure a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, okay, and add it to the first bowl, which had the sieved flour and sugar. The second bowl we are going to add bicarbonate of soda and measure the same amount of teaspoon, a 1/4. Third mixture we are going to add yeast. Let me focus so that you can have a clear view of the yeast. There we go. So we are going to add the yeast mixture into the third bowl as well. Whisk together all the dry ingredients for the 3 bowls to ensure all of the sugar and the baking powder and the yeast mix up. Repeat the same for the 3 bowls. When you're done mixing all the ingredients, we are going to make a well at the center of each of the 3 ingredients as shown in the video. Then we are going to add a 1/4 cup of warm water. Ensure you use warm water and not hot water. Add the mixture into the 3 bowls, and we're going to add a drop of vanilla essence to add flavor into our mandazi. Repeat the same for the 3 bowls. Then after that we are going to mix. I am wearing a hand glove. You can use your own hands or a spoon to mix it, but I prefer using the glove. So you mix until the dough is not so hard, just soft enough. Okay, repeat the same for the 3 bowls. Now that you have finished kneading the 3 dough, there we go. We are going to place them in, you can put them in a tray, but I'm going to put them in this shiny bowl because it has a lid. So we are going to dust the bowl with a little flour to ensure it does not stick. Then we are going to take the first dough. Remember, the first dough was for baking powder, so I'm going to just make some markings so that we do not get confused or forget. Then we are going to place the second bowl, which had bicarbonate of soda, and to distinguish it I'm going to make a hole at the center using a spoon, just like that. Then the third one, which had yeast, I'm just going to leave it as it is. Okay, let me create some space there so that it can be able to fit. So there you go. There is our 3 dough that we had made. We are going to cover it and then let it rise. Cover it for about 30 minutes to an hour, or you can leave them overnight and make them in the morning. Okay, one thing I've noted is that the dough which had yeast was the softest, and the one which had bicarbonate of soda was a bit hard, or the hardest. Okay, so let me assemble the dirty dishes aside, then cover our bowl. It has been over 30 minutes, and the one, as you can see, with the yeast rose the most. The one with bicarbonate of soda rose the least, and the one which had bicarbonate rose more than the bicarbonate of soda. So we're going to dust our surface, where we are going to make a flat, round mixture. Okay, we are going to just knead it using a rolling pin to make a flat mixture. Ensure you put enough flour at the bottom of the surface where you're going to make the round, kneading it round so that it does not stick when you're cutting the cuts for making the mandazis. Sorry, I lost some footage, but you're going to cut your mandazi into the desired sizes and shapes, and you're going to deep fry it in hot oil, and I'm going to test it with Kenyan tea and give you a review on the 3 rising ingredients. Began by testing the one which contained yeast, and believe you me, it was soft. You could taste the vanilla essence, and it was very yummy and soft. 2 almost had the same taste in flavor and in thickness, and it was satisfying and filling when you eat them. I think it's because it didn't rise as much as the one which had yeast, but generally they all taste so good and yummy. Not to be biased, I asked 2 members of my family taste the mandazis and give their own review, and we begin with the one which contained yeast. So they said it was delicious and yummy, and it was soft and you could taste the vanilla essence. The one which contained baking powder was just there, it was in between, and it was still sweet as well. For the third mixture, which contained baking powder, they concluded that it was very thick, and it had a cakey, you could think that it's a cake. It had a cakey taste, the way cake tastes. And one of the reasons I thought is because it didn't rise as much as how the yeast rose in the mixture. But generally, I can recommend using either of the 3. Some people use baking powder and baking soda in the same, which is no problem, but in the end they all make good mandazis. And the secret of making a good mandazi is in the dough. Make sure the dough is soft, and don't use hot water, just use lukewarm water, and you'll get your perfect soft mandazi. Much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share these videos with your friends and family. If you have tried this recipe, watching. Until next time, stay tuned for the next video. Goodbye.